The current project that I and my wife Janet Surrey, who's a clinical psychologist, have been working on for many years is a play called Bill W. and Dr. Bob, which is about the relationship between the men that led to the founding of Alcoholics Anonymous in 1935 in Akron, Ohio, and their wives, Lois and Ann, who founded Al-Anon. And this is the t-shirt that you can buy if you go to the play. It's on at the Soho Playhouse off Broadway in New York now. And the website is billwandrbob.com. The interest in the play, in writing this play, came partly from my experience in the House of God. Looking back on the House of God, it was absolutely amazing how drunk we were, how often. And there are a lot of passages where we're going in to treat patients drunk. We're popping breath mints so they couldn't smell our breath. And there was also, I didn't, but there was also a lot of drug use. In those days, marijuana and other things. And I look back at that and I was kind of appalled. So we came across the story of the two men that led to the founding of Alcoholics Anonymous, Dr. Robert Smith and Bill Wilson. Bob Smith was a surgeon in Akron, Ohio, terrible, terrible drunk, about to die. And Bill Wilson was a genius stockbroker from New York, about to die. And through this incredible series of events, they were brought together in Akron, Ohio in 1935. And what they discovered was that the only thing that could keep a drunk sober was telling his story to another drunk, which is kind of weird. That is, it may help or may not help the other drunk, but it's going to keep him sober, which is a remarkable discovery. And then out of that, they created Alcoholics Anonymous, sort of in one 6-hour meeting. What we felt very strongly writing this play, this is an incredible American success story. You wouldn't believe it. It's got a lot of humor. It's just dramatic. It's an unbelievable story. That's why we did it. And it's framed as a meeting with Bill standing up at the beginning saying, "My name's Bill W. and I'm an alcoholic," to the audience. Everybody shouts out, "Hi, Bill." And Bob does the same thing. And then they start to tell their stories and we see their stories. And all the revenues and all other donations are going to a national tour of medical schools and college campuses to deal with the epidemic of binge drinking.